to the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone.
It's the most unpredictable competition in New Zealand sport. Last week, the bottom teams were scoring wins while the top teams suffered defeats. Tonight, the top of the ladder, Tuatara, will try and reverse a two-game losing streak, while the third-place Nuggets will look to do exactly the same thing. No mai hera mai, hello and welcome. Tuatara and Nuggets round 8 underway in the NZNBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner-Holmes, Justin Nelson and Casey Frank with you. 1v3, how good is this?
Oh, it's as good as it gets, really. Unfortunately, the Tuatara and the Nuggets not playing the best basketball coming into this one, but still supremely talented teams that really need this win to get their way off the schneid.
Well, let's have a look at the ladder, because right now, as we enter round 8, keep saying it every week, Casey, this thing just keeps moving all the time. It is so tight, not only at the top, not only at the bottom, but in the middle as well.
Most definitely, everybody in the competition right now has a chance at postseason glory, and they are all playing like it. It doesn't matter if you're the best team in the league. On any given night, if you don't play your best basketball, you're going to be looking with an L.
Games coming up, round 8, of course, tonight, Tuatara and the Nuggets. Tomorrow night, Giants and the Saints. This one's big.
They're very big. The Giants really need this victory after losing last week at home, but the Saints are ever improving and thirsty to keep moving, so that's going to be a tough one either way.
Rams and Jets have the early one Saturday. Hawks and Airs Saturday night live on Sky Sport 2 and across Prime as well. That looks like a tasty little game.
Naki is much improved, but will be missing Ty Wynyard, but the Hawks playing fantastic basketball right now.
Nugget starters for tonight, of course, no Taj McCall, but Trey Boyd comes in. We'll talk about him in a moment. Josh Aitchison also starting. Sam Timmins is there along with Withers and Williams. Let's catch up with Coach Brent Matahari.
And I am here with the coach of the Otago Nuggets. And a difficult last couple of weeks. Haven't had your full squad, but you're back. You've got Trey Boyd into the mix, got a new guard, but he's got to replace a lot of talent. How do you see that going this evening?
Yeah, obviously Nico away with 3x3 at the World Cup. It's an awesome opportunity for him, and Tajir's got mini camps back home. So, you know, we did a pretty good job, we felt, of replacing Tajir. So, you know, we'll see how he comes out tonight in his first game. He's got a bit of a reputation for having really good ones, game one, so exciting times.
Well, that's a great reputation to have for a coach. So looking at the opposition for tonight, the Auckland Tuatara, the best rebounding team in the competition with Rob Lowe and Chris Johnson's last game. How do you expect to slow down the fearsome interior force of the Tuatara?
Yeah, I think first and foremost it's their transition where they're really tough. I think they're getting those rebounds and getting out and running, so taking care of that. Also shot selection. Tough, big mouthful for that one. But yeah, I think that's a really big thing for us, making sure we're taking great shots, showing some discipline, which we may not have taken or may have had in the last couple of weeks.
Discipline is always a good thing in the games. Thanks for your time, Coach. Appreciate it.
Well, Trey Boyd, we've spoken about him. He is the new man in the hot seat. No Taj McCall, Memphis-born, East Tennessee State. I mean, he's got some good pedigree. We'll see how he goes first up.
And as much as missing McCall, they also miss McCulloch. That backcourt has been stellar defensively. He's got a lot to make up for. Coach Brett Matahari thinks he's got the goods, though. He thinks he's a good player, and he's lefty. That's pretty much a cheat code. Nobody's going to know how to guard him for like 2 weeks.
Should mention McCulloch going at 17 points a game as well, so that is a big loss. Tuatara starters tonight, well, there as normal. The big news, of course, though, Chris Johnson, last game in the NZNBL for season 2022. Let's catch up with Coach Aaron Young.
And I am here with Coach Aaron Young, and they're facing a difficult to read Otago Nugget squad today because they switched out their entire backcourt. No Nico McCulloch, of course, no Taj McCall as well. They've got Trey Boyd in. How do you prepare for a team that you know so little about?
Yeah, it was kind of funny. The run sheet that we got had Trey's name spelled differently, so I was running around trying to find the right guy, but we ended up, you know, locking into him and doing a little bit of scout. You know, he looks like a talented scorer, lefty, so that stroke's always looking a little smoother, so we just got to do our work. We feel like it's an area that we have to really lock into as import backcourt players. It's a great challenge for us tonight with Williams, Withers, and Boyd.
And it is a great challenge, especially coming off a disappointing weekend where you unfortunately lost 2 games by a total of 3 points against competition that you would have hoped to have getting those wins against. What do you talk to your team about this week coming into this game so you can find a greater level of success?
It's really about just onto the next game, but you know we addressed a lot of things from that weekend, some things that we obviously need to be better at, and what's great about
What was
those
that pin
moments and
again?
those
3-6?
experiences is they're close games, and within those moments, within those losses, you learn a lot about your group and you grow a lot as your group. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how we respond, but more importantly, coming together and really building off some of those tough losses.
I look forward to seeing it. Thanks for your time.
Well, all the news this week, Casey's been about this man, Chris Johnson. What an indelible impression he's left on the season once again in the Cells NBL. He's going to be sorely missed, but I think he'll go out with a few highlights.
Most definitely. He's had a few up to this point, and we will sorely miss him, as will the Tuatara, but enjoy it while we can. He is a world-class player, and he has brought world-class action to the competition.
Let's have a look at the head-to-head tonight, and relatively even all the way down, including, believe it or not, both teams have lost their last two.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him, too, but you can see these are the two best rebounding teams in the league, leading to the best interior scoring. The team that wins that rebound battle will be able to control the paint and win the game.
Officials tonight, Melanie O'Connor, Duran Fiu and Mikey Graham for this one. Start of round 8, Cells NBL action proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. We are just about set to go. Looking forward to this one between the Nuggets and the Tuatara. Your thoughts?
This is going to be a tight one. It's tough to call not having the full thing, but if Boyd is what he's supposed to be, I think the guards for the Nuggies will be too tough on the evening.
Well, we're underway. Tuatara have lost their last two. Nuggets have lost their last two. Here is Boyd with his opening shot in the Cells NBL.
Not a bad one. Coach Brett Matahare did give us the inkling that he kind of tends to start hot. First game off the plane, looking like a good one so far.
First points for the visitors tonight. Johnson inside looking for his twin tower. Low picked off. Back come the Nuggets.
Withers is excellent defensively, such quick hands.
Here he goes with that outside bomb.
He has been struggling from the three-point line, though. Continues there.
Goes at just under 3 a game. Schneider comes up short on the drive, and here is Boyd. Let's have a look at the speed here. He's going to take on Chris Johnson, and that is difficult at the best of times.
Always good to challenge the big fellas.
Schneider back the other way, up high off the glass.
A little bit of pace early in this one. Looks like transition is the name of the day.
Here's Boyd and Schneider. Keep an eye on that matchup tonight. Timmins steps back, long range three.
Sam Timmins has the soft touch as we see Boyd and Rob Lowe fight for it, but a loose ball stays with the Nuggets, and a complete reset of the shot clock apparently as well.
Trey Boyd's been in everything so far. Dumps it off here to Timmins inside, and that's an easy flush for the big number 33.
Well, does a nice job there of drawing defenders up before dropping it off, and a nice soft bounce pass, easy to collect for the big fella.
Russo Nance, first touch of the game for the 17-year-old. Low inside, tries to drop it in, hard pass for Farrenson to pick up. Here's Aitchison.
Well, 3 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Tuatara, not what Coach Aaron Young was looking for.
Williams with a couple to battle inside. He'll still try and put the shot up. Johnson there to polish it off.
Tried to go straight through the jaw, Russo Nance. Woo!
Tucky Farrenson.
Oh, brilliant little pass there in transition. Tucky Farrenson catching it in rhythm and finishing above the rim. He is becoming a deadly weapon in the half court and in transition, as evidenced by that finish.
13 points, 5 rebounds a game, nearly 2 triples a game, the 23-year-old. He has really lit it up.
Yeah,
in season 22.
And most importantly is his defense contribution. That is what makes the Tuatara a much better complete team.
Here's Aitchison. He needs to get going for the Nuggets tonight.
That's twice they've attacked Russo Nance in the post. Can't get the catch back to get a little get back, but that looks like part of the game plan. They're going at Russo Nance in the low block.
Another turnover for the Tuatara. Williams with the finish.
He is looking aggressive around the rim. He loves the jump shot, but right now he is not settling. He is going straight to the cup.
He's a good player, Keith Williams, the former Cincinnati Bearcat. And there's another turnover for the home team. Here is Williams going hard, flicks it back, looking for Timmins. A little bit too hot to handle.
You got to know when you're passing to the big fellas. Got to set it up nicely for him.
Speaking of big fellas, Rob Lowe.
Williams is really disappointed in that. Didn't get back, and because of that was a transition opportunity for Rob Lowe, catching on the wing and doing what he does so well with ease.
Tuatara hit the lead for the first time tonight. Here's Timmins and Lowe battling it out. The two Sky Sport breakers. Nice finish, Timmins.
That had the look of a training post up there. They have a lot of experience in that effect, but love the left hand from big fella Sam Timmins.
Good start both ways tonight. Farronson for a triple. Hasn't he started well tonight?
No hesitation whatsoever in his game, and he is on point early from deep as well as above the rim.
Here's Trey Boyd. Pulls up with the triple. That one short off the iron, but there to finish it off is Todd Withers.
Well, they had the switch off the on ball, and that gave Siler Schneider the matchup to try and box out Todd Withers. And he was not successful in that assignment, just out-physicaled and out-muscled as Withers evens it up.
Joe Ahi coming in early to this game for Keith Williams, and I just wonder if Keith Williams has a bit of a niggle. He did come in with a question mark against his hip, I believe, so we'll keep an eye on that. Early substitution for the Nuggets. Schneider with the mid-range two is a miss. Here's Todd Withers, prepared to take on Rob Lowe. In fact, not only did he take him on, he sat him on his backside, Case.
And then helped him up immediately because he knew it was a good take by Rob Lowe. Took it with his chest. Todd Withers probably didn't expect Rob Lowe to challenge with his body. Big fellas tend to try and block shots, but not this time. Excellent defensive play. Back the other way we go.
10 apiece. Round 8 action in the Sal's NBL. Every game live on Sky Sport. Russo Nance. Johnson rebound.
Man, he can really move out of his cylinder to grab those rebounds. And what I mean by that, your cylinder is where you're standing when that shot comes off the rim. And he was on the other side of the rim. Forced over to the weak side, grabs a rebound, retains possession. That is such a key attribute to have as a rebounder, being able to move around the court and not just get the ones that are right next to you.
Baseline ball, Farronson, he's already hit 1-3. Second one wasn't too far away. Loose ball. Timmins picks it up to Ahi. They're away. Aitchison has Lowe in front of him. That's a surefire sign to turn back the other way. Ahi to the corner with the triple. Todd Withers.
He's had a couple of great looks from there. None easier than the corner three, and he makes the Tuatara pay for the late rotation.
Farronson is fouled. That'll be against Ahi, just reaching in. Jack Andrew about to step in.
And what a short bench this Nugget squad has today.
Just the 9 players.
Keith Williams checks back in. Just the 9, but realistically speaking, they're going to be playing 7 tonight of guys, and that's with Joe Ahi, who hasn't had a lot of time up to this point, but you can see that Coach Brett Matahare has to go a bit deeper in the bench as he had earlier this season.
They're up by 3. Farronson draws the foul, and he's off to the Resine line to have a look at a couple of early foul shots in this game tonight. We'll get a timeout here. Out by 3, the Nuggets. Round 8 is underway in the Sal's NBL, proudly presented as always by GJ Gardner Homes. Casey, what are your thoughts of the opening 5 minutes in this one? First versus third.
I think the pace is probably a bit more than either team expected at this point, and that pace is going to favor the home team. They haven't traveled. They've been here resting. Yes, the Nuggets had a little bit of time off from basketball, but normally that fatigue sets back in. The longer you play, the harder it is to keep up. So right now, it's looking in the Tuatara favor from my viewpoint.
Some other news from around the league. It's been a very busy week, and some big news dropped late today with Rob Beveridge back home in Australia with 6 broken ribs, 3 cracks in his scapula, and well, we wish him first and foremost a speedy recovery, but very, very lucky man. A fall off a roof of 6 meters, if you don't mind.
Yeah, and onto a fence. So just really fortunate that it wasn't a much graver circumstance. Thankfully,
we
okay.
We breed him tough in Australia. Come on.
You're taking credit for a big country over there, mate. Rob Beveridge, yeah, I don't know if I'd be too worried about the season after falling off a roof, but I know where his mind's at. He'd be chomping at the bit to get back and sorely disappointed not to be with his Sharks when they need him most, but all good thoughts out to Bevo, a quality man, and I really hope he gets back from this as soon as possible.
Yeah, we wish him a speedy recovery back into it. Farronson at the coloured stripe makes the first. What have you made of his start tonight, Casey?
He's really aggressive. He's stepping up in the absence of Dan Fotu and putting his hand on this, saying, hey, this is my position at the 3. You can count on me as somebody to deliver. And early in the first one, he is off to a fantastic start, putting a lot of pressure on the Nuggets from the wing.
We should mention, of course, Dan Fortu is out with a knee injury, maybe back in time for the finals. It's touch and go at the moment, but we do wish him a speedy recovery as well. Here's Trey Boyd, couple of good looks and a couple of important makes.
Well, that's a big make for him as far as how defenders are going to guard him. If he can hit that mid-range with effectiveness, he's going to open up some driving lanes.
Russo Nance, the 17-year-old.
Transition created by Taki Ferenson's drive, delivers it perfectly, and Dante Russo Nance takes advantage from three where he hasn't shot great this year, but I expect that improvement to be around the corner.
Cuts the margin back to 1. Here's Williams, sweet shot, Keith Williams.
We're finding a lot of space in the mid-range. Those bigs for the Tuatara are dropping down, and these shooters have that 18 to 15 foot all to themselves.
Johnson yet to score tonight. Farronson from deep has been productive early with 6 points.
Todd Withers with a skying rebound on that one.
Boyd gives it up to Withers. That's a tough shot over the top of Johnson. In fact, I think CJ may have got a slight hand on that. Back the other way. Johnson picks up underneath. There's a call before that, yeah.
They counted it. We'll see, they're going to have to discuss it now. The whistle, to my eye, looked like it was before Chris Johnson took off, but we'll see. Count it.
Points are good for Chris Johnson, his first of the night.
Well,
Keith Williams not impressed one bit.
all transition for the Tuatara. What a delivery by Dante Russo Nance, and Chris Johnson with the powerful finish. He is not done with the dunk highlights just yet.
Johnson at the Resine stripe. Usually pretty good, it must be said. CJ goes.
He's up at 90.
90%. He gets to the line 6 times a game. Tough
what a
pass
hand.
picked off. Good work. And back the other way. Williams dumps it off. Withers finishes it off. Great play, Nuggets.
Well, turnover to turnover. Great hands by Todd Withers for the finish.
McIntosh misses the layup. Farronson wide open, gives it up to Lowe. Rob Lowe from deep. Johnson offensive rebound.
No foul.
Deep 2, Russo Nance.
Oh, Chris Johnson. He had a little something to say to Trey Boyd there. So it's already, he's getting a little chippy early. This may be his last game, but he is playing with his heart on his sleeve today.
Well, maybe Trey Boyd's first game and maybe a sign of things to come this season from him. Here he is, deep 3, and he nails another one. What a start in the Cells NBL.
Coming with it, 7 points early and showing a lot of skill from the perimeter and the ability to get to the rack.
Keep an eye on the Nuggets' new import. Keep an eye on Rob Lowe.
It is a dunk party here tonight. Easy on the rims, fellas. We need it for 3 more quarters, but the highlights won't stop coming.
Darcy Knox back in uniform for the Nuggets after some weeks off. Here's Williams.
A friendly team rebound there. Chris Johnson let Rob Lowe have it.
What a start to this one. Thursday night action in the Cells NBL. McIntosh just waits for all the traffic to pass and then misses a bunny.
And then just compounds the mistake with the foul. Beautiful pass from Rob Lowe. Chris McIntosh overthinking himself there. Had nothing but time, and unfortunately comes up with nothing for it. But hey, a really nice feed before that.
Absolutely.
So Rob Lowe will say, hey, can you catch and make the bucket
next time? Thank you. Here's Aitchison. Hands it off to Darcy Knox. Aitchison from long range. That'll be handy. Josh Aitchison, who really has been trying to find form this season. That'll help.
Well, miscommunication there as Schneider.
Oh, Chris Johnson.
Miscommunication on the other side, but no miscommunication there. And Siler Schneider has been trying to get that lob off for a while now, and thankfully it finally came through.
I'd be happy if he can do it another 3 or 4 times tonight. Highlights like that. We're going to miss big CJ. Here's Jack Andrew inside, trying to take on Johnson. Schneider pulls up from distance and makes it. We've seen it all this quarter.
There is not a ton of defensive resistance on the jump shots right now, and they're finding the ability to finish down low as well. Both teams shooting the heck out of it. 66% for Otago, over 50 for Auckland.
25 apiece. Big Andrew tries to get in on the action. There's an offensive foul.
Oh, well done, Josh Aitchison. playing the agitator, just getting right up next to Taki Ferentsen, baiting him into that elbow.
And he made sure every single person in the stadium saw it as well.
Unfortunately, the refs do not call the ones they don't see. So they have forced us to show this level of selling.
That was an easy one.
But I like that play. You know, you mentioned earlier Josh Aitchison's been looking for some form. Well, I think part of that is he's just been looking for a few more minutes. And I think those will come. With McCulloch out, with bringing in Trey Boyd, he's going to get more of an opportunity, and so far he's taken advantage of it.
Here he goes, right on cue. High shot off the glass, up and in, he's got 9.
And he told Chris Johnson too little on the way back.
Love it.
He's 1 for 2 on the drives, but feeling confident.
Turnover, another one. Here we go. Withers up and finishes it off. Great change within mid-air. He saw Chris Johnson coming.
I think Chris Johnson might have had a little flick at it as well. Good effort in transition, but a solid finish.
Here's McIntosh from the corner. Amish Schneider, nowhere to go underneath. Forced to go out. He's travelled.
Yeah, he was thinking putting that up, and suddenly he ran into a great big gold wall of jerseys and thought the better of it, but got the happy feet because of it. And the Nuggets have weathered this storm nicely. They got the last possession here, a 4-point lead. And whatever they add to it, they have to be pretty confident after this.
Hey, 54 points in this quarter, not a single point off the bench both ways. All about the starters tonight. Here's Boyd. He's been lighting it up in this first quarter. That one a little bit too deep. Maybe a late chance here for the Tuatara. No, time beats them. And as it was, Chris Johnson, he couldn't finish the bunny from underneath, but he actually finished that shot.
That's a skill
after
set.
the buzzer. It is, you're right. What a time here. The Nuggets have it by 4. What a great start to the game. Second quarter not too far away. Back in a moment. Welcome back to Eventfinnda tonight. Thursday night action in the Sal's NBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. What an opening quarter. The visitors have it by 4. Lots of highlights.
They're shooting a great percentage. They're just making no mistakes right now. Led by Todd Withers, 9.6 rebounds in the opener. Not to be outdone was Trey Boyd with 9 himself.
Yeah, what a great start for the new addition for the Nuggets. Woo. What a finish by Chris Johnson.
Man, that is his bread and butter. He goes to that shot because he can get it off at any time with that reach. 6 points for him now.
Just starting to get going, isn't he? Danger signs for the Nuggets. Here's Big Sam Timmons spinning inside.
Asking for the foul, but he was displacing some guys down there, so probably could have gone either way.
Low, ball on the floor, still on the floor, and in the end, it may be picked up by the Nuggets.
And this is why all my coaches yelled at me not to dribble as a big man.
I'll let you take up that exact point with Rob Lowe after the game.
Good move, just unfortunately lost it.
You've saved yourself there. Good move you've gone with.
Well, he made the move itself wasn't good. The decision was correct. He made a pass fake, the lane opened up. Unfortunately, just lost the handle of the ball. And you know, he's going to be told by the coach, work on those handles.
Speaking of Rob Lowe, who's had an excellent season, by the way, it must be said, 18 points, 11 rebounds a game. The weight on his shoulders now with Chris Johnson exiting after tonight?
Yeah, his role's going to change. He's, for the most part, had that second best interior defender on him, or a guy that he could take advantage of down low. But now the focal point will be him. Thankfully, he's a quality player and he can do it. But it is going to be a much tougher sled for the Tuatara here on out.
Speaking of tough, that's a tough pass that Aitchison tried to make to Timmins. Rob Lowe picked it off. Iuli, one way back the other. Good work by the young man. He's met by Aitchison. Here come the Nuggets.
The whistles have been put in pockets for this one, I'll tell you what.
Boyd dumps it off. Fantastic assist. Timmins with the finish.
Trey Boyd is out here having some fun. We need to get more fans for him to talk to, and let's take another look at it. Brilliant drive by Trey Boyd in transition. Knew the whole time he was going to drop it off to Sam Timmins, who catches, and you see that nice soft pass for the finish. Timmins takes the contact, gets the finish. Foul on Rob Lowe, his first.
Timmins at the Resine line, in and out. No doubt a lot of people from down south tuning into this big game tonight on Sky Sport 2, and they'll be pretty happy with what they've seen from the number 4, the new import for the Nuggets, Trey Boyd. What a start for him. What a finish by Taki Farrington. What a pass by Rob Lowe.
Give and go, and I love the movement by Taki Farrington. Passed it, didn't stop playing, did a scoring cut, and Rob Lowe delivers.
Here is Boyd again. That's a tough finish on Johnson.
Shedding the big fellow with the strength, and Boyd is looking like a real deal early in this one.
Man,
what a pickup.
He is game high 11 points right now. Trey Boyd doing it all. I saw the owner of the Nuggets, Craig Hutchison, in the house tonight. He'd be pretty happy with the new signing. Here's Johnson with a tough three.
Ooh. He hesitated and looked at it for him for a second, and that never looked like hitting anything but nylon. Beautiful shot from the perimeter.
He's come to play tonight. Williams underneath. Tough shot. May get his own rebound. Now, there's a push here underneath.
Fortunate foul for the Tuatara on Taki Farrington on Sam Timmins. So the bucket doesn't count, but the Nuggets do retain possession. In the scheme of things, a decent foul. Takes away the Shore bucket.
A little bit on Trey Boyd, East Tennessee State, the Buccaneers. He went to junior college before that at Northwest Florida State. Averaged about 13 points a game at East Tennessee, 37% from beyond the arc, 83% from the foul line, and knows how to find a bucket.
Well, looking at his history, you can tell he's a worker who worked his way up. He started in D2, then to JC, then to D1, started his professional career in a lower division in Finland, moved his way up from there. So this guy is determined. His work rate is high, and you can see why on the court. It's coming to fruition. He is doing it all at the right times.
Being offered some Southern-made donuts at the moment. Casey's going to say yes.
I'm in there.
Oh, you'd never say no. I'm okay, thank you. I've got a figure to look after.
Yeah, so do I, but it's ever expanding, so why stop now?
Nuggets by 1.
And then we've got the baseline out of bounds for the Nuggets after this discussion.
Tuatara going at 59% at the moment. Nuggets at 53%. You spoke about that at quarter time. Both teams shooting the lights out in an electric opening quarter of play.
Yeah, and really even on the stats, the Tuatara have 3 more rebounds, but the pace is good. Neither team taking the best of care of the basketball, but Auckland's much worse. 9 turnovers already, just 4 for the Nuggets. So to only be 1 point down at this point for Auckland, they have to be feeling reasonably okay about it, but they certainly have to play with a higher level of urgency when they've got the ball in hand.
22 of those Nuggets points are in the paint as well, so they are finding a way to the basket. Here's Timmins at the Resine line on the second. It's a make, and they're out by 3.
And I'm wondering if this game is ever going to move away from this transition fast break, because that is what both teams are looking for, and there's been tons of opportunity for it.
Iuli tucks it under his arm, dumps it off to big Nick Barrow, who's fouled.
Braden Iuli has really provided some quality minutes the last couple of weeks. You know, early in the season, he looked like he was going to be a guy that counted on, went back to the bench, but He has really started to provide him something in the absence of Dan Fotu, especially out on the perimeter. Brilliant pass down to Nick Barrow, who gets a chance at the stripe now.
Just 18 years of age, Braden Iuli. Just over 6 points a game. Of course, he was with the Franklin Bulls last season. Didn't really get to see too much of him.
No,
but definitely the reps are high on this young man, Braden Iuli.
you can see why with his frame, with his skill set, he has been providing quality minutes for the Tuatara in the last couple of games.
Here's Boyd. Pushes it back out to Withers, dumps it off. Timmins underneath, knocked away by Johnson. The second one's good.
I actually think I was unfortunate for Chris Johnson. I don't think that had any chance of going in. Instead, back to Timmins for the finish. Withers, beautiful pass on that, though.
Johnson steps back on Timmins and drains another three. Chris Johnson.
The skill of this man is ridiculous. A little jab step off the dribble to get him off and then hits the triple. He is lighting it up.
12 in the game. Another shot, shooter's roll for Trey Boyd. He's up to 13 as well.
Man, he has just fit in effortlessly with this squad. Exactly what they needed.
Russo Nance, Farronson on that cut again. He loves it on the baseline.
He has kinetic energy out there. He's never still. He's always moving, giving his teammates an option to go to.
10 in the game. Aitchison nowhere to go.
Wow.
Tough ball. Withers picks it up, fires from deep.
Withers is all uber confident in that stroke from deep. And it looks good, but I probably would have waited another swing or two on that one.
Iuli uses the Johnson screen. Farronson for three. Tucky Farronson, timeout called by the Nuggets. They need to have a chat. Farronson out to 13 in the game, and just this scoring from both of these teams continues midway through the second.
Shot making by both squads. I was taking another look at the Taki Farronson triple. And it wasn't terrible defense. He's pretty much right there around him. But the shot is made because this guy is playing with great confidence right now. As you mentioned, 13 points already. He does have a couple of fouls, but 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He is really piling it on for the Tuatara, and they need it desperately.
And what I like about Tucky Farronson, we're seeing it again tonight. We've seen it all year. He's doing it outside and inside. Gets on the cut. Back cuts are great off the wing, loves the baseline. He's hard to watch, he's hard to contain, but he can also sit in the corner and drain big threes like that.
Yeah, to me, I'm not a big fan of the shooters that just sit out there and wait to shoot because you're easy to guard. No matter how good a shooter you are, you can just stay out there, keep it out of your hands. But when you move around, when you make yourself available, that gives the defense so much more to think about. Makes you such a much more versatile weapon, and he has taken advantage of that in the first half of this one.
Let's talk about Nico McCulloch tonight. 17 points a game this season. He's with the Tall Blacks 3x3, but he's also joined by Dom Kelman-Poto, Jaden Bazant, and Ty Wynyard. 4 different teams are affected now over the next couple of weeks with those guys on the road in France and Belgium playing in the World Cup. That's what they're headed to, so we wish them well.
And heavily affected. These are guys who are playing major minutes. All starters have been required multiple times this season, so big holes to fill. I mean, unfortunate timing. Of course, you can't begrudge them for taking that opportunity, but it does make things difficult on their teammates and the coaching staffs that are left behind to try and plug those holes.
Can I ask you the tough question? Out of those 4 teams, the Nuggets, the Sharks, the Bulls, and the Airs, who's impacted the most?
I mean, it's a toss-up for me between the Sharks and Taranaki. The inside presence that DKP and Ty Wynyard give to those teams is integral to any success they have.
Boyd has it stripped away by the young man. Russo Nance goes up and over Jack Andrew. Great finish.
Well, don't start celebrating just yet, Trey Boyd. The young fella's got a little something for you. As Todd Withers jumped out of his shoe there trying to run back into things, so he's just getting that back in. But excellent defense by Dante Russo Nance. And for me, in the evolution of his game, that's what's been most impressive. Here's a 17-year-old playing with just great strength. You look at his body, he is just so well developed for a kid his age. And obviously great fundamentals, but if he can keep those quick, strong hands, force turnovers like that, that is going to be key to getting to where he wants to go professionally.
The path forward for Dante Russo Nance, we were talking about this earlier on tonight. He's got just a lot of options in front of him, hasn't he?
A lot of options. You know, you can go the professional route here, possibly Europe. The professional it would be a great way for him. Of course, there's college basketball too, but those are decisions that he and his family are going to have to really concentrate on to make properly.
Jack Andrew through traffic. The traffic won out, and here he comes again. Russo Nance. Iuli, ball on the floor. Explosive stuff. Jack Andrew meets him. Great block
Good job
by
Nick
the
Barrow.
big nugget.
Nick Barrow stays on it, gets another opportunity. And a third for the Tuatara.
Up by 5. Farronson with some space. Gets around Andrew, gets to the basket off the glass. Wow.
That is a lovely bit of skill there. Using the hesitation dribble, looking like it's a shot fake, throws the defender, and then finishes off the glass with the left. Really nice soft touch displayed.
Danger signs here right now, Casey, for the Nuggets. That lead all of a sudden at 7.
Well, that's because the intensity of the Tuatara hasn't dropped, but the execution of the Nuggets has. They just have not, with their imports of Withers and Williams on the bench, and cue them coming back in. With those two guys on the bench they haven't been able to get to. And take another look at that block on the fast break. Jack Andrew doing a nice job.
I'm not sure that we're going to see Keith Williams and Todd Withers off at the same time for the rest of tonight.
Yeah, I would definitely try and keep those 3 imports on as much as possible. At least 2.
Going back to work along the baseline is Keith Williams.
Nice.
He's off to the Racine line.
Just running out of time, just 2 seconds on the shot clock when that foul's committed. And Taki Farrington goes for that little hesitation going the other way, but in that position, Keith Williams had nowhere to go but the weak side of the rim. So a good bit of trickery on him, by him to get that bucket off.
Casey, there's a bit of a connection between the Nuggets and the Perth Wildcats in the Australian NBL, same ownership group.
Right.
And the Perth Wildcats have been in the news in the last 24 hours with the signing of Corey Webster.
My man C-Web, he has got a bucket walking around on that hand of his, but I have never seen a fan base more disappointed about a sign than the Perth Wildcats, who definitely caught feelings the last time that Corey Webster signed with them and went away.
It did come up once or twice. Rob Lowe with the big block, going back to work.
Oh, nice play by Rob Lowe to stick with it. Tuatara counterattack.
Russo Nance feeling it tonight. Gets his own rebound, does he? No, he can't keep it away from Ahi. Here's Boyd with the fake and the make.
Oh, wow, nice fake there. And the body control to completely avoid Rob Lowe afterwards. He's really developed into something nice early in this one. 15 points already as the shot is missed and he corrals a rebound.
Lead at 4 for the Tuatara. Boyd again pushes it outside. Deep shot from Ahi is a miss.
I'll tell you what, I do know Tajiri McCall was a fantastic player, a great talent. But with the effort that Boyd is putting out on the court as we see the Russo Nance finish with no defenders, I think this might have been a little substitution of imports that is going to turn and work in the favor of the Nuggets this season.
I don't think there'll be too many Nuggets fans unhappy at the moment with what they've seen from their new import tonight, Trey Boyd.
No, he is looking the business.
Russo Nance has had a great season so far, it must be said. We're just looking at that last basket and his second quarter tonight, he's really stepped it up. Really the last 3 or 4 minutes from Dante Russo Nance. He just shows such a wise head for a young man.
He really is wise beyond his years in terms of his ability handling the ball. Lovely move there. That's what playing at this level of basketball as a younger fella can do for you. It's a little bit like you got the answers to the test a little bit earlier than you should have. Playing around these guys, you're learning things about the basketball court that guys your age don't normally.
He's going to school tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah, well, there's the other half of it.
Hey, it's a big round in round 8. Giants and Saints tomorrow night. Both of those teams just starting to be in that mid-pack, aren't they? The Saints coming off that win last week. Xavier Cooks, 24 points, 24 rebounds. I heard after that game that the record in the Cells NBL is 28.
28. All right. Well, that's a lot of rebounds, more than I ever got for sure. Fantastic by Xavier Cooks. And don't forget to mention the 3 steals, the 3 blocks in the same one. And playing a little bit out of position at center for this squad. So what he's doing for them has just been fantastic.
I am hearing a bit of a whisper, speaking of positions, a bit of a whisper in the Saints camp today that a new import, may be on the floorboards for the Saints tomorrow night against the Giants.
I wonder if that's,
Sam Timmons Williams has the nickname Slam and Sam for a reason, Casey, as we get things back underway here.
Look, Boyd's scoring has been really good, but his facilitation has been fantastic. He is delivering that ball to his teammates in scoring position with ease.
Here's Russo Nance again, foul in the end. No, travel, in fact, called against Dante Russo Nance.
Man, there is a lot of contact on the shooters this evening, and it is being let go. It looks right now that it's pretty consistent both ways, so you can't really complain, but you do have to adjust to it. Realize that contact's coming, and either brace for it so you can finish or dish it off to one of your teammates.
Williams on the cut, gets up and in! Keith Williams.
He wanted Chris Johnson to challenge that. Nearly powered it through the front of the rim. What a finish for Keith Williams. Bouncy.
He's another player that can turn on the highlights. McIntosh outside Schneider. Ball on the floor, in trouble now. Goes to Russo Nance. Shot clock at 5. What can the kid do? Goes to McIntosh off the wing, and in the end, bailed out with a foul against Josh Aitchison.
And Keith Williams trying to take the home run swing on that block. It just wanted it set up. But instead, it will be ball on the sideline as the Nuggets have responded very nicely upon the return of Withers and Williams. Right back into this one, down 2.
Here's Schneider. Been quiet tonight. Step back, tough basket from there. Rebound, Williams, and off he goes. What can he do? Ball on the floor, wants to take on Russo Nance. Back out to Big Sam Timmons, his second triple of the night.
And he leaves it up. I think he's shooting about 18% from 3, so maybe let the confidence drop a little bit, but he's going to let him fly.
He is absolutely going at a low clip. Rob Lowe, Timmons with the rebound, and the Nuggets are out by 1.
It happens quick. Big shot by Sam Timmons. I'd like to see him get back in the post, but they're controlling the glass in this stretch right here. That's the key for them.
Here he is on Johnson. What a battle. Timmons off the glass. Johnson there to beat it. Big finish by Todd Withers. Have a look at this on the G.J. Gardner Holmes replay. I don't know who ended up getting the points then. It just doesn't matter. What a finish.
Todd Withers gets the points. What are you talking? That was a nice block by Chris Johnson, taking him out of the play. No box out on Todd Withers, and he skies in for the finish, putting together possibly his best game for the Nuggets yet. Already on 11 points, 8 rebounds in this one.
Can't believe there was a couple of Nuggets asking for a goaltend. It just does not matter. What a finish.
No goaltends allowed in this one. They are playing to the dearth. This is kind of like park basketball where you're just going until somebody dies of fatigue.
Well, how important is it for these two teams? Because, you know, if you missed the intro tonight, they're both coming off 2 losses. So they're trying to find some form.
Well, and I think for the Tuatara, even more importantly than that, they're about to lose their best player. So they really need to get some wins to give themselves a little bit of a cushion as they chase that final spot. Never good to lose basketball games, but you look at the way the Tuatara lost. I think Taranaki is a better squad than everyone anticipated. That you can be forgiven for getting that one. The loss to the Manawatu Jets, you know, just 6 days after beating them by 28, that's disappointing. But it's still a close one, still had a chance to do it, so there's things to build out of. So for me, it's more important for the Tuatara because the Nuggets, they're bringing in guys. It's going to take a little time for them to gel. But the Tuatara, they need this one badly.
Here's Schneider. Russo Nance, tough pass, picked off. Here he goes. Trey Boyd to the basket, makes another.
Oh, what a finish. Was looking a little bit for the foul, didn't need it because he avoids the defense of Schneider to kiss it off the glass.
Has he been fun tonight? Johnson, McIntosh keeps it in. Picked off by Timmons. Has Chris McIntosh all over him like a pesky little flea.
Ooh. Didn't
Called
really
for the foul.
Look like a lot of contact. Thought he was pretty clean on the ball there. Tough one for McIntosh to swallow, and that will be free throws for Timmons on the other end. So not the foul you're looking to get there. And look, it wasn't too long ago we were talking about the Tuatara taking control.
Yeah.
Suddenly the Nuggets have a chance to be up 7.
Yeah. Looking ahead, It doesn't get any easier for any team in this competition. One of these teams is going to come out of this game on a 3-game losing streak. And then you look ahead to round 9. Nuggets at home to the Rams. That's not easy.
There's nothing easy. There's nothing easy, but
Tuatara at home to the Giants.
And that will be another tough one.
Wow. Timmins with a miss on the second from the Racine line. They're out by 6 though. And a turnover. Away they come again. Boyd off. Williams finish off the glass.
There.
What a turnaround.
Destroying transition on the Tuatara and eating up the 13 turnovers they've had to this point.
Out by 8, Casey. They were down by 7 midway through the quarter. It's a 15-point turnaround.
What a job by them to lock in and go going. This would be a big answer for the Tuatara here.
Schneider holding it up. Shot clock at 4. Goes with a long, deep 3. Battle underneath. Russo Nance keeps it alive. Nearly scores. Half time in this one. The Nuggets were down by 7. They head in at half time by 8. Incredible turnaround through the back end of that second quarter. Stars are plenty in this one tonight. One of them has been Tucky Farrenson, who was involved in everything in that opening half. 15 points to half time for Tucky Farrenson. He's down on the sidelines. He joins Casey Frank now. Here's Tucky Farrenson.
Here with Tucky Farrenson. That was an up and down game in that first half. How are you guys going to do the job taking better care of the ball in which you've had 13 turnovers in the first half?
I think it starts with our defense. I think that's going to be the main topic of our talk. We'll have just defense taking care of that end, and that'll get us into our transition offense, and it's easy to take care of the ball when you're getting stops down that end.
And as far as defensively on that side, Trey Boyd's been fantastic. How do you stop a guy that you've got no scouting report on?
Right, yeah, like you said, we had no scout. I think now we'll get in there, regroup, talk about it, make our adjustments, and come back for a good second half.
All right, thanks, appreciate it, Tucky. And now I've got Trey Boyd coming over here. Trey, you have been fantastic in this first half. How's it feel to come right off the plane and play like that?
It feels good. I'm just taking what the opposite team giving me, and they're a good team, so we just got to tighten up some things. But, I mean, I'm feeling good right now.
And now you're looking at the second half. You've got an 8-point lead, but this is a team sitting at the top of the table. What do you guys need to do as a team to maintain this?
Maintain a team. That's the main thing. I know we had a timeout where they was on the run. We called the timeout. It was like lock in on defense. Defense to offense makes the game easy. So we got to maintain and stay as a team.
Well, it's been fun to watch. Good luck in the second half.
Good on you, Casey. He has been a lot of fun to watch. Trey Boyd, 17 points in the first half on debut, going at 8 of 11, 72%. He has been an excitement machine. Halftime in this one, the Nuggets lead it by 8. We'll take a look at all of the stats right after the break. Two volunteers here, the loudest Tuatara fans in the house. Let's take a listen. We've got VIP section as well. Casey on tonight. Should we get this man here? He looks clean. He looks very clean. All right, my friend, come on up. And this side, let's have a look. Who we got here? Welcome back to North Shore tonight. Round 8 in the Sellers NBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. Big game tonight, first playing third, and the Nuggets with a massive turnaround in that second half. Quite amazing.
Yeah, really did a nice job of pressuring the ball handlers, forcing turnovers, and then taking advantage in transition. But really, Trey Boyd, he's just been fantastic. What an engine for this car is running right now.
Well, looking at the stats here tonight, it has been a lot of fun in this opening half of basketball. As you said, Trey Boyd, 17 points. Sam Timmons has 16 as well. He's been productive.
He's been really productive, and he's been fed his ball by Boyd, by his other teammates, finishing in areas you want to, and he had that three as a bonus, so why not let it fly?
Rebounds, we'll have a look at those. Overall, the Tuatara with 22 in that opening half to the Nuggets 19. And of course, as usual, Chris Johnson in the thick of the action.
He certainly is, but how about Todd Withers with 8 of those on the other side? We got Trey Boyd as well with 4. He is doing it all.
Yeah, Trey Boyd doing everything at both ends of the floor. He's been a lot of fun to watch. We'll have a look at the steals and the blocks as well. The Tuatara, their biggest scoring run in that opening half was 9. They got out by 7, Casey, but then the Nuggets put on a 14-zip run.
Yeah, really impressive job by them. And strangely enough, it coincided when you got their imports back onto the court. Suddenly things got a lot easier. The Tuatara got to find some answers defensively. Right now, they're just not providing enough resistance, in particular on those drives. They're getting really deep, and the Nuggets basically getting whatever they want offensively.
So halftime here, the Nuggets lead by 8. On the other side of the break, we're talking Ta'ihi Basketball Aotearoa. The Women's League is about to start in a couple of weeks' time, and we've got a couple of FI stars with us in the house tonight. Casey Frank will be catching up with them on the other side of the break. See you soon. Welcome back to the Cells NBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. Thursday night action, Nuggets have it by 8. Big second half, not too far away. Well, Tahihi Basketball Aotearoa is not too far away. We're looking forward to that starting in a couple of weeks' time. And Casey Frank is down on the sidelines with a couple of fire stars.
And I am here with Yelena Vucinic and Shai Robardi, 2 new members of the Fire. You guys must be really excited for a season that's just around the corner. Can you tell me, how big is it for New Zealand women's basketball to have this league going?
It's great. I mean, we haven't had anything like this before. It's unprecedented, so we're really excited to just get out there and show the country what we're made of.
And Shai, it must be fun to go down to Tauranga, have the games down there, and bring a high-quality women's basketball down to the area.
Yeah, I think it's cool that we can travel out of Auckland and play for Tauranga and play for other regions, not just stay here in Auckland. So yeah, I'm happy that I'm happy that I'm out of Auckland playing somewhere else for the first time. Yeah.
As you should be. You got to get out of the city eventually. Now, I've heard it's a pretty long and difficult preseason. Can you guys share a little bit of how the preparation's been going?
It's just really intense. I mean, every time we get out on the court, a lot of competition. We've got a really strong team. So, yeah, just really getting out there and making each other better.
And can you share with us when your guys' first game will be so everybody can come along and cheer you on?
Yeah, we play July 2nd against the Tokomanawa Queens in Wellington.
It's going to be fantastic. We can't wait till the eat. Thanks so much and get back to enjoying the game. Sorry for wasting all your time.
Good on you, Casey. Catching up there with Jelena Vucinic and also Sean Robardi, 2 of the stars for the Fire. And the Tahihi Basketball Aotearoa is not too far away. Tips off on June 29. As you heard then, the Fire in their first game will be up against the Tokomanawa Queens. Just about set for a start here. Second half coming up of this big game tonight. Nuggets out by 8. And this man with the ball in his hands, what an opening half of basketball in the Cells NBL he had, Trey Boyd.
8 for 11 from the field. What a start. Not the start the Nuggets were looking for in the second half, though. Can the Tuatara take advantage of turnovers the way the Nuggets did in the first half to them?
Well, let's find out. Here's Russo Nance, was involved in everything in that second quarter. Farronson, low as they move the ball around, getting it through hand. Schneider, Johnson, wanted low inside, goes out to the wing. Russo Nance with a triple. Man, this kid's good.
Lovely shot there by Dante Russo Nance, but I like the game plan by Coach Aaron Young coming out. Let's get that ball through hands. Let's make this defense work, and let's make better passes. Good start to the half.
12 in the game now for Russo Nance. He'll have his head in the books at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning back at school, and here he is again with the steal.
Watch out.
Schneider gets up, and in the end, Withers just didn't want to go with him.
Yeah, that's because he was taking away the highlight for Chris Johnson, and a good choice by him. Chris Johnson smash would have gotten this whole crowd on its feet.
Here's Boyd showing some handles in the end. I think the numbers may win out here. Rob Lowe sprawled on the deck.
Good hustle by Siler Schneider to stick with it, but really Boyd just miscalculated and couldn't keep his hand on it.
He's almost sitting on the ball then, Rob Lowe, playing a game of hide and seek.
As we see the scrum as the ball gets loose, and Rob Lowe eventually comes up with it, but jump ball goes to the Tuatara, so they maintain possession.
That lead back at 3. Good start to this second half by the home team. Here is Rob Lowe. Can they get 3 baskets in a row? Schneider in trouble outside. Russo Nance again fires away. Back of the iron, they may get it back. No. Williams on the young man, finishes.
Wow. What a fortuitous bounce for the Nuggets. Certainly looked like the Tuatara should have corralled that one.
And maybe a little bit of fortune there for the Tuatara with a foul.
There had to be some forearm there.
Yep, definitely, no doubt about it. I'm talking more about getting the ball back.
Getting the ball back.
I don't think there's any doubt
actually
about
getting
the
a whistle
foul
today, because it is. Yeah, I think you got to show blood to the referees today to get that whistle going.
I don't mind that every now and again.
That's my favorite way to play.
Farronson with another triple.
Taki Farronson getting it going. He is starting to fill it up. 3 fouls, unfortunately, but he's slowly inching towards 20 points.
Speaking of inching, really, really quickly, it's back to 2.
They are not going away.
Timmins, Aitchison. Timmins wants it back. Didn't get it. Here's Williams. Farrington in front of him. Deep three, high, up and under. Will be short. Aitchison keeps it in, but only to Johnson. And here comes Russo Nance.
Got to attack here. They have the numbers.
And he does. Draws the foul, and he's off to the Racine line for a couple.
Nice drive as Dante Russo Nance comes across half court, surveys the defense, and realizes we've got a 5-on-4. Josh Aitchison stuck out of bounds after saving it. I'm just going to attack, gets to the rim, got blocked, but gets the foul. Chance to tie. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Dante Russo Nance now. 12 points, 5 assists for him to go along with 4 rebounds. Nice start to the second half if he can get these down after hitting the triple.
8-2 run. Casey, of course, all sells NBL games live on Sky Sport and also ESPN throughout the States. And there'll be a lot of coaches, a lot of college coaches who tune in. We've seen that over the last couple of years. What would their thoughts be on Dante Russo Nance?
Oh, please, God, send him here. He's a fantastic player. You know, he's really skilled. He's got good strength. And
we didn't rehearse that before the game, by the way.
You know what they're really excited about, as we see a really nice move from Boyd again, stopping on a dime and looking at the bench afterwards, feeling good. But what they really like about these guys coming over is that they're battle tested. They've been playing against men, so you know that they're ready to play at the college system.
Boyd has 19 in the game. Here's Lowe. Draws a lot of players to him and has the skill and the patience to finish.
How about Timmins playing the back defense on that one? Difficult to pull off at the best of times, but in particular against a player as skilled as Lowe in the post.
1 point ball game. Love our Thursday night Sells NBL action. Todd Withers.
He got fouled as well, but what a shot.
Lowe does enough to finish. There's a foul on the rebound, and I reckon that might be against Withers.
I think that's on Timmins, mixed up with Chris Johnson, I think. Here we see another look at the Withers three-pointer from deep with guys all over him, and yes, that foul was
you're right.
on Sam Timmins.
Yep.
Getting mixed up, so the basket counts.
Yep.
But it's not an N1 because the basket had gone through. So this is almost a dead ball foul. So it's a turnover, Nuggets, ball back to the Tuatara.
And they've got a chance.
And that, young bigs, is why you always fight on the glass.
Always. Farrington had a chance there to put the Tuatara in front. Here is Withers, another highlight! Todd Withers, if you don't mind.
Just uses his speed there. Chris Johnson, I think, was lulled to sleep by the threat of the three-pointer and paid the price for it.
He's fired up right now, Todd Withers. Keep an eye on him.
Why not? I think this is his best game in a Nuggets jersey. Ooh.
And there he is again working with Williams. Spin move around Johnson. Forced back out. Cavalry coming. Timmins down low. On low. And in the end, gives away the offensive foul. How did you see it, Case?
Not a ton of contact, but what Sam Timmins did do was he extended that forearm. He had that shoulder into the chest of Rob Lowe, and as Rob Lowe fell down, he extended it. If I'm taking that charge, I'm really happy with the call. If I'm the one giving that charge, I think I got jobbed.
Nuggets by 4. Nobody can ever say that Casey Frank sits on the fence, ever.
No fun sitting there.
No.
Ask Bevo.
Yeah, that's right. Hope he's doing well. He'll be watching in tonight. Recovering at the moment with 6 broken ribs, Rob Beveridge. Russo Nance trying to go over Jack Andrew.
Nice challenge by Jack Andrew to contest without fouling.
Trey Boyd showing it all tonight.
Man, he
draws
is skilled.
the foul.
He is very quick.
How about Nuggets fans tonight watching this game? Stephen from Dunedin. Imagine Stevie tonight seeing Trey Boyd.
Yeah, I've already had a few calls from him today.
Have you?
Hey, Stephen, how you doing? Sorry, I'm not picking up right now. I'm actually doing some commentary, but it is fantastic to see the Nuggets play like this. And what a pickup! You know, the import lottery. It can go either way, but the Nuggets, funnily enough, look like they struck gold.
They got a good one. Oh, I see what you did
Thank
there.
you, thank you. It hit eventually.
Boyd has 20 in the game. Nuggets 21 now. Nuggets just withstanding that mini run by the Tuatara. They're out by 6.
Haven't seen a lot of post play for the Tuatara just yet. They're happy to do it out of this transition offense that they've got. But I would love to see Chris Johnson get some touches down low.
They lost 2 on the road last week to the Jets and the Airs.
Oh, a mismatch here. Put him in the grindhouse, Rob Lowe.
Here's Lowe, and that's, well, it's a professional finish by a man who's done that many, many times before.
And you see a big guy matched up on a smaller guard. You think he's got to get to the cup. No, you just got to get to your shot, and his shot was a left-handed hook from outside the block.
Williams in the corner. Can't convert. Iuli into the action. Hard at the basket, Braden Iuli.
I love the aggression, but they got to have more bodies on the glass to help him out on the miss.
Nuggets turn it over. No, in fact, they will keep it. Came off the hand of Johnson.
They just could not hold on to it as we have a timeout for the Nuggets. Coach Brett Matahare probably just giving his guys, I think, a timely blow. I don't believe that the import trio for the Nuggets will be seeing the bench for too much longer, the remainder of this one. So with 15 minutes left, I think the Nuggets are going to use those timeouts judiciously to get some rest at opportune times for their key players.
You made a really good point during the week, Casey, when examining the Tuatara on the road last week. They lost to the Airs by 2. Anthony Hilliard, by the way. If you haven't seen Anthony Hilliard play yet, you need to make sure you tune in Saturday night, Sky Sport 2 and Prime, because the Airs are taking on the Hawks, and you need to see Anthony Hilliard.
If you've never seen a bucket with legs, come and watch it, because he is a walking bucket.
Walking bucket. You mentioned with the Tuatara, they lost that one by 2, lost to the Jets by 1. When was the last time in the Cells NBL, and taking nothing away from the Jets and the Airs, and you did make a very clear point of saying that, but when was the last time a team would have lost to those two teams on that road trip?
It's been a while. It certainly has.
Long time.
I mean, that was, back in the day, that was certainly one that you'd look at depending on how both teams were playing, but that you could count on it. And, you know, I think that might have been part of the problem for the Tuatara. They were riding high. They just walked off that huge win, and you go down. Those teams are here to play,
Yep.
and they're talented, and they're improving. And what you may have seen early in the season is not what you're going to see next time around.
John Bohannon for the Jets.
Definitely. He was really impressive as a facilitator. Quite surprised that they were using him that way, but I can see why when he gets that many assists.
Back underway here, Nuggets by 4. It's a close one tonight. Todd Withers has been involved in everything.
Don't even need to crash for that offensive rebound. Darcy Knox picks it up.
Williams, that's a tough shot in the end. And it'll go the way of the Nuggets here. So foul is on Tucky Farrenson with the push on the rebound.
That is Tucky Farrenson's 4th foul. And that is going to be problematic for the Tuatara, as he just got mixed up in a tussle with Sam Timmons down low.
He's their leading scorer tonight.
He is putting it on, and him going to the bench is not a great time for the Tuatara. He's got 18 points to go along with 4 rebounds, but he will be sitting till probably midway through the 4th.
Withers, big shot. Todd Withers comes up with the goods
19
yet
points
again.
now, 3 for 7 from the three-point stripe. He is feeling it from deep this evening.
Johnson, short on the iron from down low in that short corner.
Not a bad shot, but if you're guarding him, you're always hoping for the fadeaway to come.
Keith Williams taking on Rob Lowe.
Gets to take it back. Obvious shot.
Darcy Knox to Withers, just dropped one.
Oh.
That one in and out.
I'll tell you what, if I'm a shooter and that net's up there, can one of my teammates pull that net down for me?
Rob Lowe showing all the tricks tonight.
I wouldn't really call that a Euro step, but there were some big steps involved. I don't think he went side to side so much as very far in distance covered.
He's starting to come alive, Rob Lowe, in this one. 13 in the game now, 6 of 7 if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's an excellent efficiency shown by the big fella.
Here's Withers again, firing away.
He's confident right now, but maybe just a little bit closer to the stripe. Had a lot of space there.
Here's McIntosh, held up, no foul called.
Didn't quite deliver that pass where it needed to be.
Johnson wanted it, and for good reason. That one was halfway down as well.
Well, Chris Johnson needs the ball in hand. He's now 5 for 8 from the field after that miss, but get him some more touches. These bigs are playing with great efficiency.
Williams hesitating and in the end floating it up and in.
Really nice piece of skill there. Didn't even really jump. Just kind of flicked it off with a shooting hand. But why not when you got a touch like that?
He has 13 in the game now. Everyone getting amongst the points tonight. Rob Lowe, ball on the floor. And he's off to the Racine line. Rob Lowe, the 30-year-old, enjoying his basketball back in Auckland.
The Nuggets bench did not think that was a charge, so we'll take another look at it. Unfortunately for us here on the bench, we don't have our replay system right now, so I can't tell you on the replay if I agree with the call or not. Based on seeing it live, it looked like a charge.
Well, let's go to the percentages. How often do you agree with the call?
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Rob Lowe.
I don't like to dwell on the past, Justin. I only look towards the future.
I like it. At the coloured stripe, he makes the first. What have you made of his game tonight?
Solid, efficient. He's been taking what's coming his way. I always want to see more of the big fellas on the block, but that's not the way these guys are playing right now, and part of that is because of what the Nuggets are doing. But Rob Lowe does need to get involved on the glass right now. 4 rebounds. He needs to tick that up to get the Tuatara back in the possession game.
Has 15 in the game. Here's Boyd, closely guarded by Russo Nance. Great matchup tonight. Boyd with the 3. Trey Boyd. Where has he come from?
Finland. And
wow.
It's cold there, but not as cold as the defenders on him tonight because they will be soaking in some ice after what he's putting them through.
What a game. On debut.
Yeah.
Trey Boyd the 3rd.
And he's showing the full skill set. He's doing it from deep, where he is now 2 for 4 from the 3-point line, and really efficient from inside. 8 for 9 on 2-pointers.
Wow.
Excuse me.
And it's such a lovely shot as well.
Coach Brett Matahari said he's got a knack for having big first games, and it looks like that's continuing.
Rob Lowe from deep. That one was in and out. Big Jack Andrews, strong rebound by the 208-centimetre centre. Here's Williams. Withers was well set and makes it. Todd Withers, timeout called, and just like that, the Nuggets are out by 11.
What a response coming out of halftime, and Todd Withers has been playing fantastically. 22 points for him now on that triple, on 9 for 17 from the field. He's got 9 rebounds as well, and just completely letting the game come to him, not forcing anything. He's been fantastic in transition on the glass, but it's those 3-point shots that are the difference right now.
And that one looked like it was home before he even got it in his hands. He was out there, it felt like, for a long time just waiting for it.
It looked like that shooting motion started well before he caught the ball because he was ready to let that one fly. We see Sam Timmons telling his teammates vociferously what he needs to get done. And I'd love to see that kind of energy from a team that's up 11. That is the attitude you need to have. Come back, say, hey guys, I know we're up 11, but we can do this more. We can be harder, we can be better. And that is what they're playing, the way they're playing right now.
I was watching on at halftime when you were talking to Jelena Vucevic and also Sean Rabadi. Of course, the Ta'ihi Basketball Aotearoa tips off on June 29th. Jumping out of their skin. Just so much looking forward to that season. It's exciting to see.
It's exciting, man. I don't know if anybody really understands how big a deal this is for women's basketball. The jump that it's going to see in quality of play from one year to the next.
Groundbreaking.
It's amazing. And yeah, I do think it maybe take a bit of a time for some of the players on the ends of benches to catch up to the speed, but the way the game is going to develop over the next few years with the women's imports coming in that are high quality because the money is now there, it is just going to skyrocket.
Yep, absolutely. Pay parity. It all starts on June 29. That shot clock is winding down. It's going to beat them in the end.
Not the possession you're looking for as Coach Aaron Young sits down in disappointment. The defense of the Nuggets has been really good. They've extended out far. They're making things difficult. As Boyd just loses the ball there from a little bit of Chris McIntosh attention.
Trey Boyd just disappointed with himself on that occasion. He hasn't got too much to be disappointed about tonight.
I'm trying to think if he's been out of the game yet.
I'll forgive you for that one.
Has he been out of the game yet?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's been out for a bit.
Only very briefly.
A couple of minutes.
In fact,
right now.
Right on cue. As Joe Ahi comes in, he can be well pleased with his efforts tonight, Trey Boyd.
And you know what? The second Trey Boyd's off the court, if I'm the Tuatara, I'm pressuring. The ball handlers on the court for the Nuggets right now don't have the same skill as Boyd. I'd have my guards up and in, try and get a turnover in the backcourt, and really take advantage of these last 2 possessions in the quarter here.
Well, there's 45 seconds left in this quarter, 2 minutes at three-quarter time. I'm guessing Boyd will be off for 2 minutes 45 seconds. McIntosh, Schneider now, outside. They need this, the Tuatara. That one in and out. Johnson with the putback. Chris Johnson.
Can we get him some touches?
Oh, we love him. We love him.
He shot the ball like 8 times. He's got 4 dunks. Get him the ball. Great nose for the basketball on the rebound there.
We may not see him again in season 2022, but he has left us with so many highlights over the opening 8 rounds of the season. That lead at 9, Timmins had it and lost it. Maybe a late chance here. McIntosh, it's set up for him. He gets the shot. No, he doesn't. Just shot clock beats the Tuatara.
Just poor awareness on that one. Your teammates have to let you know. You've got to know how much time is left. You need these buckets.
9-point margin with a quarter to play. Both of these teams searching for a win. The Nuggets looking the goods at the moment. Last quarter not too far away. We'll see you soon. Round 8 is underway in the NZNBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. A quarter to play here. The Nuggets lead it by 9. Casey, your thoughts?
Well, they've just played better basketball there in that third quarter, and it has a lot to do with Trey Boyd, but they've been more aggressive in shot creation, and their defense has been so aggressive, it's really flummoxed the Tuatara at times.
We may set a new record tonight in the NZNBL as well, because I don't think there's been one field goal. Williams with the finish. Hot start for the Nuggets. I don't think there's been one field goal scored between both benches tonight.
Right now it is 2 points total for the bench mobs, and that came from Nick Barrow free throws earlier.
From the Racine. Unbelievable.
We'll see if anybody gets a bucket.
Schneider has to get going. That's a tough shot, and he makes it.
He needs to be a bit more aggressive. You can tell he's come into the team and tried to fit in, get the big guys the ball. That's not what they need. They need some scoring firepower out there on the perimeter, and hopefully that shot can get his confidence rolling. 9
in the game for Silas Schneider. Got to play defense here. I think the foul will be on Schneider here, reaching in. Foul is on Silas Schneider with the push, and that's what it was. It was the first foul before Trey Boyd ran straight through Chris McIntosh.
Even McIntosh I thought was a little bit late there, but I think fortunate for the Tuatara, the shot does not count. Thanks to that contact from McIntosh, which certainly messed up the footwork for Boyd on that one.
I think Chris McIntosh well and truly felt that as well.
I'll tell you what, Trey Boyd's looking like a solid unit.
Todd Withers with the deep look. He's going to keep firing away, and he's got the green light given the night that he's had.
Oh, they don't see Chris Johnson in the post. Get him the ball. Siler Schneider doesn't even look.
McIntosh. Wider now. I agree. Here's Rob Lowe from deep.
It's just settling, and you have to settle because there's just getting very little penetration.
Turnover. Schneider has some space here. Almost lost it as he took Withers on. McIntosh now. Johnson wants it inside.
Physical battle down low. Somebody get him the ball.
Iuli now finds Johnson. Dumps it off. Rob Lowe.
Oh.
He can't finish.
Just didn't quite finish. Wants the foul. But, hey, those no whistles tonight. Just stop looking at these refs. If you are not broken in half, you are not getting it. Uh-oh.
Johnson. Here we go.
What do we got?
Chris Johnson.
The no-touch 360 with ease. Just with ease. So easy.
You love it.
I want to see him put a little effort into it, to be honest. I want to see something harder for you on the break. But lovely, really lovely anticipation on the defensive end to get that steal.
And one of the nicest guys you'll get to stop and talk basketball with is Aitchison Misses. Always has time for the fans.
Great dude. He's a great dude, and he's been a credit to the game while he's been here in New Zealand.
Here he is again. 71 NBA games. Chris Johnson, the 36-year-old. Foul is called there against
Keith Williams. Yeah, just a push away from the ball. And how about this from Coach Aaron Young, checking in Taki Farrington early. 7.5 minutes to go. He's got 4 fouls.
I don't mind it, Case. I mean, he's got 4 fouls, but you're 7 down. You have to go.
You got to go. Now, I think for me, I would have subbed him in with instructions. Can we get our bigs to Paul in the post?
Yep.
That would be part of it. But it'll help to have these weapons on the wing. Dante Russo-Nance checks in with him as well.
Offensive foul is called, and that's against Chris Johnson.
Yeah.
And well away from the ball, it must be said, as well. That was on the opposite side of the court.
I mean, I didn't have a great look at what was going on there, but my guess is that's probably one you can let go.
Well,
you're not calling fouls on the ball. Why are you calling fouls away from the ball?
Chris Johnson's reaction was probably similar. You could have let that go.
With the amount of contact we're seeing at the rim tonight, those were 2 touch fouls on that possession.
A big basket here for the Nuggets would make things very interesting. Aitchison! Where did that come from? Josh Aitchison, great drive to the basket, lead at 9.
And there was a missed lob opportunity there. Discretion was used instead.
Farrington.
Is
he going to get called for that? He will, and look at the reaction.
Yeah, they know it.
From Todd Withers.
Because they just fouled out Taki Farrington.
Gone.
So, looks like that call to put him in 33 seconds ago has backfired. Unfortunate. And, you know, you want to trust your guys. You want to send them out there to do what they do. But that's a heads-up play by Keith Williams, knowing that he's guarding a guy who's got this many fouls. He feels the shoulder in him. He falls down, and after the shoulder, you see the arm extension.
I think it was Todd Withers.
Was it Withers?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Keith Williams.
Well, they're both playing well.
So one of us is wrong.
That's
and
okay.
One of us will never be let go, and we don't have the replays for us, so we can't tell.
At the moment. I'll tell you what a game by the Nuggets. And Trey Boyd, who's been doing it all tonight, is enjoying the music as well, just having a little bit of a dance out there.
And you were correct, the foul was drawn by Todd Withers.
First time for everything.
You've
been wrong. There's Sam Timmons. Todd Withers, he's had a big night. Rebound by Rob Lowe.
We need to see some better possessions from the Tuatara.
And that was not one of them.
With 6.5 minutes, down 9, they have to find a way to get a better quality of shot and stop turning over the basketball at this point in the game. Otherwise, you can well and truly kiss this one goodbye.
Leading scorer, Taki Farrington tonight for the Tuatara, 18 points, fouled out just seconds ago. Here's Johnson. He's got some business to do tonight, Chris Johnson.
Man, what a tough cover. You have to respect that 3, and he has the skill to put it on the floor and cover all that space and the extension to finish.
Speaking of finishing, Sam Timmins.
Just textbook pick and roll. Nice delivery by Williams, so Timmins could finish.
Johnson wants it down low. Schneider obliges. He gets it back. Inside, outside ball. Good stuff by the Tuatara.
He looked to me like he held on to that for a half second and actually shot it on the way down. Still made it due to the defensive withers. Big hit.
Leads at 6. Schneider reaching in on Keith Williams.
And he just has to understand what he's got behind him in that pace. Chris Johnson's there to block the shot. You don't need the foul there. You've got him you've done the work, you've got him in a position. But that communication has to come from the back line.
All I'll say is in the next 5:53, you can be assured that Chris Johnson will play this game out. He's a fierce competitor.
Up to 18 points now on 6 for 8 from the field. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks.
Keith Williams makes both at the Resine stripe, takes it back out to 8. Schneider, early shot. That would be very, very helpful. Silas Schneider.
Now, this is starting to look like the guy that Aaron Young was telling me that he saw on film, and that is a huge shot. Brings it in. Let's see if they can tighten the defensive nose.
At 5, steal. Good hand in there by Schneider. He's away. Silas Schneider gets up, and a hand in there. Good foul in the end, you would think, from Trey Boyd, because Schneider will now have to earn the points from the line.
Well, what a trio of possessions from Silas Schneider here. He hits 3, he hits 3, he comes back here, he gets the steal, fires it up. Just looking locked in, playing with a higher level of intensity with attention, which is the key point. Playing that hard and hitting shots. Those are huge shots for the Tuatara and for the confidence of Schneider.
Just the second foul on Trey Boyd, so he's got no problems. In fact, really, you look across the Nuggets, there's no problems there. Keith Williams with 3, and that's about it. Silas Schneider has 3 fouls at the moment for the Tuatara. Tucky Farrenson fouled out in this game. Lead sits at 5.
It sits at 5, and 9 of the 10 starters have scored double figures in this one. Josh Aitchison, the only one who hasn't. It is all about the starters, and it will be from this point forward, with the exception of Taki Farrenson, who will be sitting on the bench for the rest of the time. So, and remember, Farrenson out, Danfotu already out.
Yep.
So they're going a little bit deeper in their bench. This Nuggets team, from the start of the season, we knew they were relying on their starting 5. That's the case today. Outside of Jack Andrew and Joe Ahi, haven't gotten much production from the bench, but those 5 starters have just done a really solid job. The only guy I'd be worried about is Josh Aitchison, who hasn't played that many minutes up to this point in the season. He's been backup, and tonight he's been asked to carry a much heavier load. Already just under 30 minutes now for the game.
How about these 2 young men just back in the center here, out of shot? Braden Iuli, 18 years of age. Dante Russo-Nance, 17 years of age. And this is the cauldron that they're in the Selgs NBL.
And just nothing to it for them. They're just like, oh yeah, come in here, give it a go.
Very casual characters. Silas Schneider converts both from the Resine line, and just like that, it's back to a 3-point game with just over 5 minutes to play tonight.
Possession
in the Sells NBL.
Oh, too easy.
Withers outside. Williams, that shot is well off. Rebound low to Johnson. Here he goes. Big CJ to the basket, and another dunk for Chris Johnson.
Should have gave him the too small back. Instead, he just hits him with the buzz, little fly. You cannot affect me when I'm going to the cup. Game effort, but what a finish by Johnson.
1-point game. It's had everything. Trey Boyd well off, and he's down behind play,
cramping.
by the way.
I think
cramping
he's cramping.
up. Yep, and a finish for the Tuatara, who now take the lead.
And that's going to be curtains for the Nuggets. I saw Trey Boyd earlier grabbing and stretching out a little bit. I don't think it's a tear. I do believe it's a cramp, but that is going to be difficult for him to play with. You know, you get off the plane, he probably hasn't played extended minutes like this since his last season ended, which hasn't been too long, but you go up in the air, you get dehydrated, it affects your body in a lot of different ways. And He's having a chat with Coach Brett Matahare now.
He's wearing some compression on that lower left leg.
Well, I certainly hope that we're not talking about some kind of niggle, a calf tear of any sorts.
Well, based on what we've seen tonight, the Nuggets can be well pleased with their new import. Dante Russo-Nance went on and got the basket, by the way. And the home team now lead by 1. 18-8 last quarter to the Tuatara. Doesn't seem that long ago, Casey, that the Nuggets were out by 11 points. Withers inside, can't finish.
Oh.
I think Johnson will probably get that basket.
Yeah, it'll go to Timmons because of the effort, but he fought hard, and that gave him the opportunity to get it in. As we see a foul on the ball, bucket will not count.
Russo-Nance, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals.
Not too shabby, young fella. I love his attitude. You know, he's always playing at his pace. Doesn't get too excited, doesn't get over emotional. He's already got that demeanor of a professional at 17.
He's got Darcy Knox all over him now with Trey Boyd sitting. Schneider, what a last quarter he's had. Silas Schneider has come to play in the last quarter tonight.
I think it's 10 of the last 12 for the Tuatara. Either way, at least 10 in the quarter. He has been really lifting up his game here in the fourth.
19 in the game. Lucky to keep it alive. The Nuggets inside. Big basket. Big finish by Keith Williams.
Keith Williams wills it in.
Nuggets by 1. Iuli turns it over. There's a foul against Chris Johnson.
No.
And he's going to get called.
They called the unsportsmanlike.
They have. I'm pretty sure that's the case. There it is.
I'm not sure what the interpretation is, but boy, do I hate the fact that you're not allowed to foul.
Well, it was just down in front of his case, and I think the first part was Chris Johnson had nowhere to go. That was the first part. So he's run into him. And then, I don't know, maybe the second part is he's held him so he doesn't fall over. I'm not sure. But
it's all up to interpretation.
It was all on the sideline.
But not my favorite call. Keith Williams hits 1 or 2. They get the ball back. But to me, the ball wasn't in front of the defender. He was in front of him. There was guys behind. He was just in a bad spot. Looked like a common foul. Referee Melanie O'Connor disagrees. First disagreement I've ever had with Melanie, so we'll let it go.
And with that, the Nuggets lead by 2. Here's Withers. What a night. Tries to dump it off inside to Timmons. Turnover in the end as he sprawls across the floor and out of play.
And I think that was the defensive hand of Chris Johnson outreaching to knock that back into his hand and force the turnover.
3:20 to play. 2-point ball game. Johnson. Iuli. Now Russo-Nance gets up high off the glass. Doesn't get the roll. Looked like Timmons may have got a finger on it.
Don't think he got the finger, but he certainly contested it and affected the shot-making ability.
Withers goes in hard. A block is called.
Rob Lowe took that one in the hip hard.
Takes a lot to get the big frame of Rob Lowe down, and he's hurt.
He took that shot right into his hip, and there is not a lot of muscle there to protect it. So when you take a shoulder or an elbow in that spot, it can really cause some intense pain quickly.
Back to his feet.
And now Rob Lowe's just shocked about the call.
Well, the first thing he did when he got back to his feet is he's looked around to all 3 officials as if to say, who called that? Who was that? Was it you?
Yeah, he took that shoulder right into the hip. He being told that he did not get there in time.
And he's accepted the call. This has been a tough game.
This is finals intensity. These are 2 teams that I think we could say we would expect to be there come the business end of the season, but they are playing like this is the one they need to get in.
Well, remarkably, in the next 3 or 4 minutes, one of these teams will head back to the rooms with 3 straight losses in the season. Hard to believe, first versus third.
Trey Boyd on the bench stretching out the calf, but doesn't seem to be looking to check in just yet.
Withers makes both from the coloured stripe, by the way. He has 24 in the game tonight, Casey.
playing really well. This might be his best offensive game for the Nuggets.
Russo Nance can't get the roll off the front of the iron. Nuggets out by 4. Keith Williams will slow things down.
I think the Tuatara have to get a stop here. And if they can, find transition, because that is where they're finding their success on the offensive end. Nuggets should be patient. Got to create a great shot.
Williams searching, pulls up deep 2, back of the iron, rebound. It's going to fall the way of Johnson in the end.
Big stop. This could be a huge shot.
Schneider for 3. The Schneider man.
Silas Schneider playing with some confidence. 22 points on 8 for 13 shooting. His best game by far in the Tuatara Blue.
How's his last quarter been tonight? It's back to 1.
A decent little 13 so far.
Aitchison. Corner, inside. Timmons, foul, no. No whistle.
I just went up too weakly to get the whistle there. Have to go up with more strength.
Here's Schneider again.
He's thirsty for it.
Rob Lowe. Turnover straight into the hand of Timmons. He was looking for Johnson.
No, that's not the timely turnover for the Tuatara.
90 seconds to play. Timmons, Nuggets lead by 1 on Johnson. Leaves the ball behind. Russo Nance after it. It's a scramble in the end. Johnson can't keep it in.
Yeah, he slid over and hits the out of bounds line. And he is beside himself as he takes a little rest. We've got subs coming in.
Trey Boyd coming back into the game, Case.
Well, I'd love to see it. Love to see it. This dude's a hooper. You can tell. Got a little niggle on the calf. Put me back in. Let's get this win, coach.
Well, he's pulled that compression sock all the way down.
Don't need it.
Gone.
Don't need it. Give me some fresh air. I'll rub
Tough
some
stuff.
dirt on it. I'll be sweet.
What a game tonight. Nuggets out by 1 with 1:25 to play. Biggest lead for the Nuggets tonight, 11. Biggest lead for the Tuatara, 7.
With 1:25 left, Boyd just checking back into the game. Do you go straight to him, ask him to run the on ball, or do you want to work that ball through some other hands? Keith Williams has been big here in this fourth quarter. Withers has hit some big shots. Timmons big out of the pick and roll. But for me, I'm putting that in the hands of Boyd and setting the screen his way, seeing what he can create for himself or one of his teammates.
24 on debut, 10 of 14 from the field tonight. Trey Boyd, he's a new star in the Cells NBL. He's made headlines tonight. Will it be enough for the visiting Nuggets on a Thursday night to get the win in Auckland? They don't play again till next Thursday. The Tuatara, this is their only game of round 8 as well. So it's all on the line right now.
I think the Tuatara got one more this weekend.
Have they?
Is that next week, the
I don't know.
Giants?
We'll have a look.
I could be wrong.
We'll come back to it. You've already been wrong once tonight. Here he is, Boyd for 3, in and out. Rebound low, Tuatara still alive in this one.
They need to get a good shot. It's all about quality. Show some patience on this possession.
Iuli, Aitchison with him. Back out to Lowe.
Oh, right into the post. There you go.
Johnson, can he be the star on his exit tonight? He's been fouled down the arm by Todd Withers. And with 52.4 seconds to go, trailing by 1, Chris Johnson, who heads out to the US this week, is at the Racine line.
Well, what a defensive play by Withers. Looked like he blocked a clean up top and then caught some body afterwards. But all the pressure on the quiet gym is on CJ now.
Both teams in the bonus now. Casey as well misses the first. Chris Johnson.
20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 3 assists.
Second from the Racine is a make, and we're tied up with 52 to go. What a start to round 8 in the Cells NBL tonight. The Tuatara, by the way, do not play again.
Thanks.
That's two tonight.
That's it.
2-6.
Well, those are the only ones you know about. Well, regardless of that, we're looking like, I mean, the Tuatara, if they do lose this game, have lost games by 1, by 2, and by 1.
Well, it's going to be close.
Up to this point.
It's going to be close.
So it's another game where they are right there on the edge. They could go either way in this one. Do they have the defensive wherewithal to hold back the Nuggets?
We did mention what's coming up for these two teams a little bit earlier on, because it doesn't get any easier. Nuggets at home to the Rams next Thursday night, and the Tuatara are at home next Friday night, and they've got the Giants paying them a visit.
Yeah, I think that's the game I was thinking about, the Giants and the Tuatara. And that is not going to be easy. And what a difference that will be for the Nelson Giants, who played the Tuatara early in the season before they got their full squad together. And now they'll have their full squad against the Tuatara minus Chris Johnson. So that's going to be quite a different game plan for them going in.
What's your call from here?
On this one, on this game right here?
Yep, 52.4 seconds. Which way do you see it going?
I think the Nuggets are going to execute to a higher degree down the stretch to get this win.
Do we see Chris Johnson do the unthinkable, the unimaginable, and go out with an all-time highlight?
Let's hope so. You're not counting the 360 on the breaker?
Oh, that was good.
You're a hard man to please,
How many
Justin.
dunks has he had tonight? He's had a few. Here's Williams getting up on Johnson and finishing off Sam Timmons right there on the spot. Timeout, Tuatara, and just like that, Nuggets by 2.
Referee Melanie O'Connor took a little spill as the Nuggets were celebrating. How about that follow by Sam Timmons? Rob Lowe beside himself for missing that box out as he turned and looked. Really good drive by Keith Williams, and yes, he missed the shot, but he created that opportunity. Everyone knew he was shooting. That means the big fella Timmons can come in behind and crash, and he catches it, puts it up without getting fouled, gets himself another bucket, and he's putting together a solid stat line himself as he sits on 20 points now with 6 rebounds.
I think it'll actually jump up to
22. Yeah, that's sorry, 22 as their stats are a little bit late. Fantastic effort.
Both teams going at over 50% tonight from the field. 40 seconds to play. Nervous times. It's a hushed crowd tonight. Brent Matahari. It's been a roller coaster for both coaches tonight.
Yeah, it's been, a bit of a roller coaster of a game that's never gone downhill. It's stayed up the entire time. Yep. 95-93, this is fantastic pace. Both teams are shooting incredibly well from the field. 52% for the Tuatara, 51% for the Nuggets. There's been solid defense, but most of all, there's been shot making. These guys are being forced to make difficult shots, and they are stepping up to the challenge.
Can the Tuatara respond tonight? Their hometown fans certainly hope so. Look for Chris Johnson. He's got 40 seconds left in the Sal's NBL 22 season. Can he be the star as he exits? They're down by 2. Snyder, what a last quarter he's played. Russo Nance around the Rob Lowe screen. Here's Johnson, back to Russo Nance. The kid goes up and long, comes up short, loose ball. Snyder, rebound, keeps it alive for the home team. They'll go again. 16 seconds in the game, shot clock at 6. Snyder, nowhere to go. Low, he turns it over. Picked up by Boyd, that'll be enough. That'll be enough. 7.7 to go, and Boyd will walk the length of the floor and head to the Racine line for 2.
Well, solid defense by the Nuggets there. Just really coming out and extending, forcing them out beyond the three-point line, pressuring everything. And all over the passing lanes. Rob Lowe had no options. He tried to force one. Somebody has to come back and get that out of his hands. It's all about these free throws now, though.
Boyd, first one drops in.
Touches head, he tells the crowd to shush.
Man, the crowd thought that
they're not even making noise, brother.
Lead at 3. Boyd on the second makes it timeout. Lead at 4, 7.7 to play.
Well, they'll call the timeout to push the ball up the court so they will be able to get a ball in and out relatively quickly.
Well, Tuatara tonight, Russo Nance 2 of 5 from deep, Schneider 4 of 5 from deep, Johnson is 2 of 3, Farronson not out there at the moment, Lowe 1 of 4.
Hey, well, it doesn't matter who's shooting it, somebody has to shoot it. Like whoever gets the open look as quick as you can get it, got to get it up because his time is of the essence. But with this much time left, with 7, they're going to be guarding the three-point line. I'd probably drive. You need 2 buckets anyway. Drive and get the
Foul
first
straight
one.
away.
Try and get a steal really quick, depending on how much time has gone off. And with like a guy like Chris Johnson, guys like Rob Lowe, I might even just look for like a last-second play, a lob to the basket from out of bounds. No time goes off the clock. Maybe you get an N1. That's probably my first look. After that, obviously, you try to get a bucket as quickly as possible. But how about the Nuggets? Have come up here on the road, completely revamped their team.
How about Trey Boyd? Wasn't in the country this time last week.
You know, the thing about being an import is that's the job, baby. You show up, you get it done.
He has punched his card big time tonight. He has delivered.
26 points on 10 for 15 shooting, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, but no shots bigger than those free throws that gave the Nuggets a little bit of breathing space.
Here we go, Nuggets by 4, 7.7 to play. Tuatara ball, they've got to go quick, they've got to score. A little bit of holding off the ball here. Russo Nance gets it inside to Low. Clock is burning down.
Block.
Hand by Timmins. Finished by Johnson. 1.9 to play. 2-point ball game.
A little surprised about the timeout here. Oh, technical foul called on.
Is it really?
Yeah, they called a technical foul on
They
Aaron
have
Young.
too.
Okay, well, that's a bit silly.
Well,
That's just silly.
timeout's been called. Aaron Young has
That's
copped
just silly.
the tech foul.
And he looks like he might be working his way to another one.
I mean, hard for us to pick up from here whether it was language.
I think he's rescinded the technical.
Well, timeout's been called, so
No,
we're going
no,
to get a timeout.
So I think
We're definitely going to have a timeout.
I actually think he called a technical for him for being out of the box
No.
after the timeout was called.
No.
Jesus.
Well, he's called the timeout.
Well, we'll figure that out when this timeout finishes. If that was a technical, that was one of the worst technicals I've ever seen.
Well,
And I've gotten 20 of those bad technicals myself.
we need to see it again.
Uh,
2-point margin, by the way, with 1.9 seconds to go. That's what's on the scoreboard. That's what's in front of us.
The key here for the Nuggets is to throw the ball in high
Couldn't be
and
for
just get a
outside the
hand
box.
to it.
Surely not. He's running up to the bench to call a timeout.
That's why I called
Couldn't
the
be.
timeout. That is the only thing I can think of was he's out of the box.
Well, we would normally pick apart a GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, but it hasn't been the best night for us either because we've got no replay screen in front of us. It's gone down. So unfortunately, we can't see
there
that.
goes the good finish we might have had.
Well, the technical foul is
Make this one.
definite because Trey Boyd is at the line. Hasn't missed from the Racine stripe tonight, and he holds that form. He's 5 of 5.
27 points on the evening.
What a game this has been. It's had everything. Big baskets, big finishes, hard knocks.
Just throw the ball high to Sam Timmins, let Rob Lowe or him get a hand on it.
1.9 to go. Game's done. There's the foul. We may see a bit of a reset here. It's at .3.
I don't think these officials are going to worry about the clock. They're not going to be up on that one. And
Boyd off to the line again. That'll be it. That'll be the game done. What a finish.
we're going back up to .6. A second and a half on that catch and foul.
Boyd's missed his first of the night from the line.
Well, when is the door not a jar there, Justin? When it's ajar and it's still a little bit open.
He was 5 of 5 before that. Nails the second.
And that's the game.
That is the game. It's all over. So 99-95 win to the Nuggets. What a game of Sal's NBL on a Thursday night. Sky Sport with all the action. It had everything, Casey.
Really fantastic effort. Impressive by them to come out and play to this level at this point in the season. Can't wait to see a maybe match up in the postseason.
Incredible game. And I think there's every chance we may see those two teams square off in the postseason. The Tuatara have lost 3 on the trot. The Nuggets break a 2-game losing streak of their own on the road tonight. They get it by 4. A game that had plenty of highlights. Of course, Chris Johnson in his last game of the season wasn't able to get the job done. 23 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks for Johnson. Schneider with a huge last quarter, but the Nuggets get the win. Todd Withers was an absolute star. He joins Casey Frank.
Whoa, what a win you guys had here tonight. I mean, it was just back and forth at all times. Can you tell us a little bit about the energy it took on the defensive end in that second half to get this win?
Well, I mean, we talked about it a lot. You know, they are an amazing team. Got really good bigs, really good young guards. They're really good offensively in the half court. So, like, I mean, the big key for us was being solid in the half court, trying to make them make shots over us, not foul. We did our best, like energy from the bench, energy from the coaches, energy from the guys on the court. We wanted to come out there and play as hard as we possibly could. We've been struggling in the third and fourth quarter, so we want to come out with a spark this second half, and I feel like we did that.
Oh, it's a fantastic game, and the matchups on the bigs between yourself and Timmons down low matching up with Lowe and Johnson. There's some battles down there. It was looking good. Looked like you guys had some fun.
Oh, absolutely. I love playing against guys who are really, really good. Like, I'm very competitive, so being able to play against guys who are successful as those guys, I mean, it's amazing for me. It's also a learning experience. For me, I want to battle with them. I want to make them know that, you know, what my name is. So, you know what I'm saying? It was fun for me.
Well, I think they felt you, homie. I think they felt you. Well, how about the way you bring in Boyd on this one? You know, Trey Boyd comes in, fits in seamlessly. Of course, it's always not good to see McCullough go. It's not good to not have McCullough for a little time. But, man, I think you guys must be happy on the one you guys brought in.
Yeah, absolutely. He came in firing. But, I mean, we did our best when he came in to, like, try to make him feel like home. You know, we wanted him to be able to play free and play, you know, with confidence. And, you know, the boy can go. So we gave him the ball and let him go. But, I mean, he's an amazing player. I think he fits in with us perfectly. He plays hard on defensive end as well. So I think it's a good fit.
Well, nice bounce back from a couple of losses. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. Todd Withers with 24 points and 10 rebounds tonight. Star for the Nuggets. He's having a huge season and a big impact in this one. Nuggets get it by 4 in the end. And, well, you mentioned Trey Boyd, Casey. 28 points, 10 of 15, 4 assists, couple of rebounds, couple of steals, couple of threes. What a debut.
Just a lot to live up to is the only problem. When you set the expectations that high, it is tough to exceed them. But, man, I got good coach Brett Matahare must be feeling fantastic about his recruitment, about the way he has come in and slid in. I love the effort from this team. They could have, you know, you talk about defensive effort. Yes, it was both teams scored 90, but that was a hard-fought defensive game out there. There was shot making. They were affecting shots at all times. I know the teams both shot well, good percentages, but that is not indicative of the effort that both teams were giving out on the defensive ends of the floor.
Well, both of these teams have a full week off. Nuggets back in action next Thursday. Tuatara back in action next Friday. And there's going to be some sore bodies to nurse after that one. It was a lot of fun. Looking ahead, Giants and Saints tomorrow. Looking forward to that one. Rams and Jets have the early game on Saturday. Hawks and Airs, massive game on Saturday night. And then, of course, 2 games on Sunday. Bulls and the Saints. That's an interesting little clash as well.
Yeah, most definitely is. The Bulls not quite at full strength after not having Jaden Bazan, but a different animal with Corey Webster up there playing the point. And then the versatility of that Saints front line, I just love to watch. And then you hear those whispers you're talking about. It might get a little bit bigger.
Maybe a new import coming in for the Saints as early as that game tomorrow against the Giants. Sharks and Jets finishes off in round 8 when they lock horns in the late game on Sunday. But tonight, Casey, you've got to be impressed with what the Nuggets have done.
You know, great job by the Nuggets. I love the way Todd Withers played. Really solidly defensively. Keith Williams, an excellent contributor. I mean, all 5 starters really played their hearts out tonight. But we would be remiss if we did not give a little tip of the cap to that man, Chris Johnson.
Tuatara, number 5. He deserves the tip of the lid. There's no doubt about that. He's an absolute star. 23 points, 9 rebounds tonight, 3 blocks. We wish him well on his adventures in the US, and we can only hope that we see him back in 2023.
Fingers crossed for us. Fingers crossed the other way by the rest of the league.
Hope you've enjoyed it tonight. On behalf of the entire team, Casey Frank, great job as always. Sky Sport has you covered for the Sal's NBL in season 2022. Tonight, the Nuggets get up on the road by 4. They take down the Tuatara 99-95. We'll see you tomorrow night for more Sal's NBL.